Hello and a warm welcome. Let us look at the stories that are making headlines on this hour. DJT's rhetoric rattles international community. Tiriti O Waitangi Maori calls out Aotearoa government. Milei walks away from WHO. Pierre paints a bleak picture on Goma, and we have a report on Sudan. Gaza. As millions of Gazans rebuild their strip, critics have aired their disagreement to the godly projection of DJT. Gazans and regional leaders have roundly refused the proposal made by DJT. Jordanians have expressed that the DJT idea will have an impact on their country and region. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman said Saudi Arabia would not establish ties with Israel without the creation of a Palestinian state. Donald J. Trump claimed that Riyadh was not demanding a Palestinian homeland when he expressed that Uncle Sam wants to take over the Gaza Strip. However, German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock has weighed in on the proposal made by DJT. On Wednesday, Baerbock said the Gaza Strip belongs to Palestinians and their expulsion would be unacceptable and contrary to international law. It would also lead to new suffering and a new hatred, said Baerbock in a statement. During a press conference, UN spokesperson Stefan Dujarric was asked whether UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres believes DJT's plan is ethnic cleansing. Dujarric said any forced displacement of a people is tantamount to ethnic cleansing. Meanwhile, New Zealand, the Treaty of Waitangi, or commonly known as Tiriti O Waitangi, was signed in 1840 in the Bay of Islands on 6 February. It is a founding document of New Zealand that established a partnership between the British Crown and the Maori tribes, many but not all. Maori community leaders have called on the government of New Zealand to uphold the promises made 185 years ago. Thousands of indigenous Maoris across New Zealand in some of their peaceful rallies affirmed the call of their community leaders in their peaceful rallies on Thursday. In the past 18 months, the government of New Zealand and the Maori relationship of late has been at an all-time low. In 2023, the Conservative government has been withdrawing on policies and disbanded organizations aimed at improving the lives of Maori, who make up about 20% of the population. For Maori, observing the Tiriti O Waitangi includes retaining chieftainship over Maori lands and resources. However, differences between the Maori and English versions of the treaty have left it open to interpretation. Buenos Aires, Argentina. Argentinian President Javier Milei and his government in a statement said their decision to leave the World Health Organization was led by what the Argentinian Milei government identify as what they are calling deep differences regarding health management, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Argentina contributes roughly $8 million a year. Argentine media say they expect Milei to sign an executive order in the coming days, which will begin the process of Argentina withdrawing from the WHO. According to Manuel Adoni, Milei's presidential spokesperson, Argentines are not going to allow an international body to interfere with Argentine sovereignty, and even less with Argentine health. The World Health Organization said it was looking into Argentina's announcement. Coming back to Africa, Khartoum, Sudan. A military spokesperson for the Sudanese army said the Sudanese armed forces seized control of Al Ramila area and its industrial zone in western Khartoum from this RSF. Khartoum fall part of a critical logistical corridor which includes Bari and Omdurman. The Sudanese army has secured most areas. Since April 2023 to date, the war or forgotten war of Sudan has killed more than 20,000 people and displaced approximately 14 million people, according to the United Nations. Meanwhile, in the DRC, 25 million people have been displaced and aid organizations have called for the reopening of Goma airport. The United Nations estimates at least 500,000 people were forced to flee Goma. 80% lack access to electricity in the DRC, according to the United Nations Deputy Special Representative for Protection and Operations in Sudan, said the M23 rebels have continued to consolidate their hold over North Kivu in the DRC on Wednesday, despite declaring a ceasefire 2 days earlier and pledging not to continue south. Fighting erupted in late February. The M23 fighting erupted in late January. The M23 fighters seized control of parts of North Kivu, including areas near Goma, and advanced south Kivu and eastern DRC, second city of Bukavu, according to Vivian van de Pierre. And let us look at the stories that have made headlines at this hour. DJT's rhetoric rattles international community. Tiriti O Waitangi Mayori calls out Ayatollah government. Milei walks away from WHO. Van de Pierre paints a bleak picture on Goma and Sudan.